It's Mira, your favorite Mary Kay sales directors, and I'm here today with a couple of special guests, including my senior sales director, Carrie Bunker, and my new friend, Patsy Sanders, who is an international image coach, a hairstylist, and a speaker. And she's going to share some really exciting information with you today. Patsy, why don't you? I'm going to go ahead and promote you over. Okay, here we go. That's perfect. So take it away, Patsy.
Hi, everybody. I want to chat with you a little bit before I really get started because, talking about your wardrobe is a very intimate thing. And I just want to thank you for the time that you're going to be here. And I want to thank Myra for inviting me. She is so committed to your success that she'll do anything. And I love that because she knows image is so critical in business. And you could always tell by her image, she always looks like a rock star. And recently I got to meet her and I was so excited because she has so many people that she works with in the beauty industry. So for me, it's exciting to know that Mary Kay is a perfect fit for the work I'm doing. So I just thought it'd be fun to share a little bit with you. So I wanted to ask you a question. So I want you to think about this since this is a stream. What percentage of your closet do you think you actually wear on a regular basis? Well, let me just tell you. The national.
What did you share before?
Yeah, Carrie, can you share?
I was thinking 20% before.
Okay. Well, the actual statistics is about 20%. So if you think about all those clothes in your closet that you don't wear, I mean, let's talk about COVID. Of course, things might have changed a little bit the last couple of years, that 15. But even at that, you have special things you wear certain times of the year or whatever, and that's great. But we have a lot of clothes in our closet that we do not wear, and we don't know why. And I think when you hear what I have to share today, it can make it easy for you to realize, oh, it's not so hard to release the clothes that aren't really working for me when I know what to wear and what to have in my closet. So I'm excited about sharing that with you. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to hop on and watch us because I'm hoping this could be life-changing for you like it was for me. So I'm going to share my little PowerPoint with you and just share more about me and then how I got started and what's going on. So let's take it forward.
Here we go.
So I want to just tell you a little bit about myself. This is me about, 16 years ago, the first picture with my husband. We actually have been married 54 years last spring. And I used to weigh 250 pounds. And we moved to a new area to be close to our kids when my husband's mill closed. And he retired. So I weighed 250 pounds. I was kind of miserable. I had dieted off and on for a long time. And I was trying to get a job and I struggled. And I just felt like there's a lot of prejudice if you're overweight or if you're fuller sized. And I just thought, well, I guess I'll just be a fat grandma because I was just a new grandma. And somebody introduced me to a 12-step program for food. And I went to that program and I lost 80 pounds in about 8 months. And I've been able to keep that off for the last 14 years because I stay connected to that program. I always saw this thinner side of me, but I never knew how to find her. If I found her, she wouldn't last very long because she would go away again. But what I found out is I had my own transformation in that program. I learned to let go of the things that held me back and the things that were bugging me in the 12-step program. And after the first year in that program, I really became kind of a different person, a better person. So I started working with a lady that was in that program. Her name is Susan Kirby, and she was a speaker trainer. And her and her husband came to me to be my new clients when I finally got a job in a salon. And so I really believe that you can have anything you want if you dress for it. So in this program, Susan had a training for her speakers and asked me if I'd come do hair. She had a stylist come in to do their image and I was going to do her hair. And she goes, Patsy, would you come and just help Barb? And I said, sure. So she would tell me how to cut their hair because she said, the element color typing system has air, fire, water, and earth. And each one has their own shapes and textures and styles. And so she would say, Patsy, cut their hair like this. Patsy, give them a bang. Patsy, do this. And when I got done, my friend said, oh, Barb wants to thank you for helping her. She said, she'll do your colors in the element. Well, I thought I looked fine. I'd had my colors done in the early 80s, and I was a winter. I wore black all the time. I wore jewel tones. I had black on and purple highlights that day. And I said, no, I'm fine. She said, but Patsy, you've been complaining that things aren't going so well in your business. Wonder if what you're wearing is stopping people from working with you. Well, I knew I could be open to possibilities, or I could keep struggling and doing what I was doing, trying to build my business. I said, fine, I'll do it, kind of to make my friend happy. I just didn't want to be a fire. Well, I ended up being a fire, and I was not a happy camper, to tell you the truth. So she explained to me what was different. In the old days, people matched your hair, skin, and eye colors, right? I had dark hair and brown eyes and olive skin, so it was easy for me to, that made sense. And I learned how to dress nice, and I always got compliments of my hair or my outfit. But she said, people want to be their authentic self. They're coming out of corporate. They want to do the gift that they really are passionate about. And so she said, Patsy, people are really gifted in certain areas. So they have natural gifts, natural character traits, and natural physical features that align with the element color typing system. And they become who they really were born to be. She goes, let's do this. She said, the reason I want you to know you're a fire is, she says, because your natural character trait is a mover and shaker, and you get things done. Well, that was me. I knew that was me. She goes, let's do this. Let's go shopping at a consignment store, buy a couple new tops. And if people don't treat you differently, you don't have to do this. Well, I was willing to do that. And every time I wore one of those tops to the salon, clients would say, wow, Patsy, you look pretty today. Wow, Patsy, you look really nice today. And then the owner of the salon said to me about a week later, what are you doing different lately? You just look amazing. I said, changed my tops. She said, wow. Well, I thought, I want to add that to my beauty business. So I got trained by the stylist, and she got very ill. I managed her business for 2 years, and 6 years ago, she sold me the business. So I think God has a sense of humor. I didn't want to get color typed. I was fine, but my business doubled in 2 years. People started wanting to work with me that I was involved in that never wanted to work with me before. So there's something about the magic of color and knowing the right colors to wear for yourself and how it expresses itself. Like when you are aligned, your body can tell you when it's in harmony. It's just the most fascinating thing. So I got to work helping, entrepreneurs and people that want to look good and grow their business, especially in the business world, right? Entrepreneurs, speakers, trainers, all kinds of people. So I've done my business pretty much online, and I learned how to do it virtually when COVID closed my salon. I had a little makeover studio. So that's why I'm doing this, is because I have seen dramatic changes. So what was really interesting is I became Susan's image stylist when Barbara got ill. And I'm still her image stylist today. And that's like 6 or 7 years later. And we still work together because nobody gets on her stage unless they're dressed in their element so people can connect with them. So that's why I'm doing this. So let's further on with the slideshow. So you can have anything you want in life if you dress for it, by Edith Head. And I really believe that's true, but we don't know it. So we're the only animals that come into this world not with our own natural clothing, right? We don't have shiny skins or fluffy fur, or stripes. So every day when you get dressed, you are giving a message to the world by what you wear. And I found when I started working with people, a lot of people are hiding in plain sight and don't even know it. So when you look at this picture, in the first picture, when you see Mona Lisa, I ask people, what do you see first? And people know it's Mona Lisa, in your subconscious, and you should look at her smile. But people have given me a variety of answers. And it's because, it isn't easy to connect with their beauty because of the lime green frame. Your eye is jumping back and forth, trying to see the beauty in her. In the second frame, the frame matches and blends with her total being. So we feel like you're the masterpiece, and your wardrobe and your clothing you wear should complement you. People should see you first, like in the second frame, right? And not like in the first frame. I feel like the first frame really represents people wearing the latest fashion, looking wonderful. It's not like any of us dressed like slumpadinks. But what happens is people start seeing you and connecting with you so much easier when you're aligned in your right color palette. So this is interesting. Joseph Itten was the first person to ever write a book about color, and it was on the elements and the harmonics of color. And he was Swiss. He was an artist and an art teacher. And he would tell his students, I want you to paint this harmonic color grid. And his students started going, but that's not harmonic to me. And he goes, okay, new assignment. Paint what's harmonic to you. So he did this class after class after class. And he saw these 4 color palettes come up over and over and over. Then he started noticing their character traits and their physical features and how they all kind of lined up. He was actually the person that helped build the color wheel that we use today. I find that really fascinating. Mm-hmm. So here's some pictures of his first students. Of course, this was quite a while ago, so you know that. But if you look at the top left picture and you look at the painting that she did, it had this energy of bouncing around, like, you know, upbeat, bright, cheerful. If you look at her physical features, she's very round. Her eyes are round, her cheeks are round, even her curls are round. So we call this one air. If you look at the painting below that, all of her colors were kind of flowed together. They were sort of monochromatic. There was no definition. If you look at her physical features, she's got a very oval face, almond eyes, and her hair looks like waves. We call this water. The top one, when you look at these colors in her palette, they're all kind of the colors from the crayon box, the pure tones. You're going to see yellow and red and orange and blue and green. If you look at her physical features, she's very rectangle, long face. She has flat eyebrows and flat waves. We call this earth. And then the guy below that, he picked all the monochromatic colors of the fall. And if you look at his physical feature, he's got an angled jaw, angled eyebrow, angled hairline, and we call this fire. So what I want to talk to you about is so fascinating is all 4 of these have a character trait. And I want to talk to you about those. Here's each one of the color palettes. Here's their energetic words, right? And this is how their color palettes are spread out so you can see them. So let me tell you first about the different different character traits. So the air, the natural gift of the character trait of an air is they're the visionary. They're the person that has all these ideas and they're bubbly and light and crisp and outgoing and, you know, this whole energy of upbeat like this, right? The gift, the character trait of the water is they love process, order, and detail. And if you look at their color palette, gray has been added to it. So it's more soft and muted and blended and flowing. So their gift is they love to have process and order. That's their main one. Here's fire. All of our colors have a lot of texture and all these warm, rich, spicy colors of fall. And our gift is a mover and shaker. We put things in motion. We're fast, dynamic, direct, staccato. So all of these energetic words align with this palette. Now, if you look at Earth and you see all the pure tones, they're the ones that get to wear black and white and beautiful, you know, blue reds and all the pure tones. Their natural gift of their character trait is they're the editor. They're the person that comes in and can look at things and they see what's missing and why it's not incomplete. And they bring things together. So as I've been studying this for a long time, what I discovered is we have all 4 of the character traits. We use them in our business. So when I first decided to expand and do elements online, right, to do that, I had, you know, I had all these ideas. I wrote them down. Then I realized I had to get a VA. I had to have a website. I had to have somebody that could post. That's not my gift. You know, make up emails, like all of that stuff. And then I would write my talks and I'd have to go out and do them. So fire, just go out and get it done, see if it works or not. I did one thing that I thought would be really popular, but it didn't go very well. So when I went to my Earth character trait, I stepped back and I thought, what is missing here and why? And what I did was get a hold of one of my Earth friends, and she was able to help me figure out and condense what didn't go well. So we're very complex, amazing people. And so all of these parts of us really are important. But when we color type you in your element, we want to find out what is your primary element. because that is how you should dress, and it really will align with your natural character traits. So I want to talk about the different colors and different elements. So we think, if you look at the first picture of Katie Couric, we call this the floating head. And of course, everybody should have a little black dress. But for people that are not Earths, this is what they look like. They have a floating head. Well, that isn't what you really want. So when you see the second picture, do you see how her eyes light up, her hair is tousled, her color is bright and cheery? We think she's an air. So here's my friend Susan. So she met the stylist in a seminar one time, and she's got blonde, spiky hair and wore black a lot, but she wasn't doing very good in business. And Barbara and Susan decided to work together on a project. Barbara did her colors and Susan helped her do her talk, because that's what Susan does. She trains speakers. So Barbara took her shopping and did her colors and found out she was an air. She goes, "Really? You want me to wear that? Are you serious?" She said, "Yes." So she said, "Fine." So when they went to the next event, she only wore what her stylist told her. Do you know that day she got a $10,000 client, and she had other people come up to her and saying that they think they wanted to work with her. And she goes, "All I did was change what I wore." I thought, holy cow. So this picture you see on the right side, this is her latest picture. And when I do retreats and things, people get their individual eye color strips. So we do all these fun things. So she has her eye color. She thought her eyes were blue. And when we did her eye color, she's actually has a blue green, and found this beautiful knit suit that went with her eyes. So when you wear your eye color, you're most approachable. Here's Helen Mirren. And in the first picture, you see her red lips, her necklace, or her dress first, right? Or her edgy haircut, which is really fire. In the next picture, when she grew her hair out to her natural color, and some people should never wear their hair colored, it should be natural. And she wore a soft gray cashmere sweater and softer makeup. Do you not see her first? Like, you see her first, you see her eyes. And I talk about approachability.
And somehow she looks younger with gray hair.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That's amazing.
But in the first picture, I think that, that's Hollywood. I'd never go up and talk to her. But in the second picture, I see where she'd be more approachable, really to talk with. So this is really interesting. Your stature is very important. And I have a stylist that did this woman's colors, and she was over 6 foot tall. And when she color typed her as a water, she encouraged her to grow her hair out. So this is her in the second picture 6 months later. And this lady found out that when she wore the medium colors with her skin tone online and speaking, that she was more resonant with herself. Can you see how much softer she looks with her hair, the right length? So if you're really tall and you have super short haircut, sometimes all they see is your head first. Like, I feel like it's sort of a pinhead. So your hairstyle really needs to match your stature. Myron, you're really tall. So I would never think that short hair would be good for you, right? I love your more tousled, fun, edgy kind of colored hair, because it really represents who you are as a person, right? And people see your hair and then your outfit.
Right. Well, I went through a stage where I wore my hair like in the A-line bob that was popular in the early aughts. And I always felt like, but I'm doing the right hairstyle for the trend, right? But I was always adding things to it, or not quite, it didn't quite work. And my hair grows super fast. So it wasn't a style that was super sustainable.
But you see, your body told you weren't comfortable. You knew there was something not right about it. Exactly. So this next picture is Dr. Leslie Hewitt. She's a chiropractor that she was from Danville. And she was the president of the Chiropractic Association in Sacramento, California. And she started doing a lot more talking. So she joined Susan's course. And the first thing we do in Susan's course is we color type everybody and take them shopping, because she won't let you on the stage unless you're wearing your colors. So we found out that Leslie was a water. She wore lime green and this, earth black and white striped. And so she said, really? Okay. So when we went shopping, we found a few things that really looked amazing on her. And the next day she came in and she was wearing this little cornflower blue summer dress with the matching shoes. And she came up to me and she said, "Patsy, do you know, for the first time in my life, I actually feel beautiful. I get it." So this is one of her newest pictures. She moved to Florida and sold her business. And this is her soft white. And she loves being a water. And what the different things that we taught her about her natural character traits and her natural gifts, how they aligned with her was right on. She's teaching water aerobics. She loves water. Wow. So sometimes, do you feel beautiful in what you wear? Do you know that in early 2000, Dove did a contest and asked everybody around the world, do you feel beautiful? Do you know how many people felt beautiful, Myron?
It's probably 20% or less.
2% said they felt beautiful.
Wow.
So they knew their ads had to change, and they changed dramatically. And so, the bottom line is they want to sell you something. They want you to feel beautiful. But if you don't feel beautiful, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
So this is a gal I worked with the last, about almost 2 years. Her and her partner have a speakers playhouse where they do retreats. And my first time speaking live was at their retreat and lined up people, right? And Ginny, when I first met her in this magenta colored hair, I thought, just meeting her on Zoom like this, I was going to the event a day early, and I had got some people to go early that wanted to do the program. So we color typed everybody the day before. Jenny was the first person I color typed. Well, she ended up being a water. I was shocked because she came off as a fire just because, she had this magenta hair and she wanted people to see her. But she ended up being a water. It took her 6 months before she was emotionally ready to change her hairstyle. Right. So once she did, she got different types of compliments, right? And she says, working with Patsy has completely changed my life and my business. Do you know she's charging 10 times more than she did before? She said, I have never had so many compliments. But I saw her at one of the events. She said, Patsy, I really do feel beautiful. That is the highest, gift I can give you is if you feel beautiful from the inside out, head to toe, and are aligned with who you really are, it changes everything.
Right. Well, and I think that's interesting that you said that she felt like she had to present as a fire in order to be seen. I certainly can resonate with feeling like you have to present in a certain way to be seen.
Yeah.
And that seems like that's really what you're getting at the end of the day, is helping you to be present in your most authentic form so that it resonates, because it does create more of a natural energy and more of a natural draw.
Yep. It's really true. So here's Oprah Winfrey. In the first picture, this is how Hollywood told her to dress. In the second picture, do you see how she looks more natural, right? She fires, talk with her hands. We sit at an angle. Everything about us is an angle. And if you think of who the character trait of Oprah is she not a mover and shaker?
Mm-hmm.
She has totally changed the world for women, right? And so if you think about who you are, I find a lot of the people I color type are living in their secondary, because that's what was safe when you're growing up. Some people were not. It wasn't okay to be yourself. Mm-hmm. And we helped change that.
Right.
So here's Catherine Zeta-Jones. We think she's a beautiful earth. And she presents herself in this regal, elegant way, And then if you see her in this coral chiffon dress, this isn't a great picture, but just to show you what you see is the dress first. You don't see her. And you don't want your clothes walking in the room before you do. So this is one of our favorite stories. This woman wanted to be a keynote speaker. She had this amazing talk, and she was doing little gigs at churches, making a couple $100. And one of her friends said, you really should go work with an image stylist. This is her a year later after she worked with her image stylist and found out she was an earth. She had her grow her hair out natural. She helped her change her style. Earths tend to be more lean and simplified in their dress. They're more regal and elegant. And about 7 years ago, she had a half-day gig with Best Buy and made $6,000. So I'm telling you, what you wear can cost you money or make you money.
Right.
So I work with the guys a little bit. Just Greg Keener, he's always got that scowl on his face. Just changing what he wears makes him look cute. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Here's Robert Redford. Obviously, he's a fire. He's a rancher. But this is what Hollywood said he should wear, right? Everybody said you wear black and white. And Steve Carell, he looks tired and tan, but he's an amazing earth. Mm-hmm. And then Guy Fieri, I don't know if you know him. I used to do his mom's hair a long time ago. here he's wearing black and bleached hair, right? Heirs like to be seen and heard. So if you see him in the red and you know who his personality is, his natural character traits, people call it personality. Some people are chameleons, so it might be aligned or it might not. But he is just like you see on screen. He is that same guy everywhere you go. And he loves people, and heirs really tend to be outgoing and enjoy people and bring them into the fold and make everybody feel included.
Right. I want to have a beer with the guy in the red. The guy in the black, I don't know if I'm going to talk to him. But
see, you already got that. So when Susan came home that day with that $10,000 client, this is her husband, Russ. Russ goes, I want to do that image thing. So he had real short hair and wore watercolors. But when he got color typed by Barbara, he was a fire. She goes, okay, Russ, are you willing to grow your hair out? Are you willing to let it be natural and be a little sassy? Because you said, you're definitely sassy. You said, yeah. So I was the hairdresser that put 3 colors in her hair to blend it in because it was pretty white. So my friends, Susan and Russ, lost their hair house and everything they had 7 years ago in a big bad fire in Santa Rosa. And they had to start over again. So they moved to Phoenix, Arizona, got a place, started rebuilding their lives. And we had to go shopping with him so he could turn in the rest of the receipts to the insurance. So my husband and I went and spent the weekend, and we did a shopping day with Russ. And so when we came home, he wanted to do a fashion show because he wanted to know what shirt and vest and pants to wear, what shoes and what jacket should he wear with that shirt, and what's tie should he wear with his suit. And if you think about it, we have so many different areas of our lives. We have to have a variety of clothes for different things we do, right? You don't just stay on Zoom all the time, do you, Myra? You have kids, right? You're going to events and you're going to go with the girlfriends.
I work out and go to the spa and all the things. And you need to have the different outfits for all of it.
Right. So when you can start buying things in your element, I mean, my people, by the time they get done with me after a year or two, they even have their undergarments are in their color. Because energetically, beauty comes from within. And if you get dressed in your underwear and you feel pretty, you feel lovely, and you put the clothes on top of it, it just adds to that feeling of like, I am looking my best. I look like, you should walk out of your bedroom every day and think, I look like a rock star today. It affects your attitude. It affects how you show up. So I think it's just really interesting that it's so important to be aligned. So I want to share the power of the color palette and why can change your life. So we're just going to use the Air color palette for an example. So the first thing on your color palette is the pattern strips. And this is self-expression. Some people like patterns and some do not. So once we find out your core element, then we discover your unique style. You could put 20 airs lined up and everyone would have a different look and a different style. So you're not really in a box. You're just aligned, and this is the foundation piece. So when you wear reds, that's when you want to be bold and you really feel confident and you really want to be seen and heard. The metallics are your jewelry and your belts and your buckles on your shoes and all those things, and they give grounding to your outfits. Your flesh tone is where you people feel safe and trusted and approachable, really, in the sense of like they feel like it's safe to come up and talk to you. So these top 6, I'll tell you about those and the dynamics and the tranquils for in a minute. But when you wear pastels, those are usually colors you wear in the spring and the summer, and they get off the energy of lightness and joy. So most of the time we wear those in the spring and the summer. So I truly believe, and this is a verse I found in the Bible, you're beautiful from head to toe, my dear love, beautiful beyond compare, absolutely flawless. That's how God created women. But the social media and the fashion industry makes sure we don't feel beautiful because we need to buy this, we have to have that, and if that's not the right color, and it's a new season, you've got a new style. Well, what if that style doesn't work for you? It's hard to go shopping. And I have a lot of my clients, probably 65, hate to shop because they feel like it's a crapshoot. You know what you want to go buy. You go to the store and it's not anywhere to be seen. So there's a lot of tricks of the trade, knowing how and where to shop. So here's the foundation colors. This is all 4 of the palettes. I pulled those out. They convey personal power, clarity, and strength. So if you're speaking online or on stage, you want to wear a power color. And this really makes you the expert. That's what people feel energetically when you walk on stage or you're the speaker. The dynamics, they convey energy and action and achievement, right? So that's more of an outgoing color. What I have on today is teal, and it's an engaging color. And when you're on Zoom or doing little events and you want to be memorable, you want people to really remember who you are, teal is the perfect color because it is the color everybody can wear. There are different tones, but it doesn't matter. If you at least have a solid color teal top or blouse or even a men's shirt, it can make all the difference in the world when you're showing up.
Right. And I was just telling you the other day that when I was starting to wear power colors, even as casual tops, I was getting a lot of people being like, oh, well, you always look really good, but today you just look especially wonderful or whatever. And I love teal. So I'm super happy that
and you had teal on it. That was a great picture you sent me.
Oh yeah. I love teal. In fact, I updated my website picture and I used that one because it'll be a while until I have a chance to have a headshot.
Man, I'm so glad you are not a pink girl. When I saw your little website, I went, I can't wait till she gets a new picture. So when you wear tranquils, this is really important. People feel calm and relaxed and relatable. And let's say you get up and you're kind of off that day, not feeling really good or kind of just not in a good mood. If you put on a tranquil, the people around you will feel more like you're more calm or relatable, and you actually feel relaxed, right? And these are perfect colors when you're working with somebody on one-on-one. You're sitting down, you're helping them with makeup, picking out the right colors and stuff. This is when you want them to trust you and feel relaxed about, like, you're not, I'm sure you don't pressure people. They just want to be educated about what is best for them, what you recommend, right? I know you've all seen people wearing the wrong color, or they'll put it on themselves and say, no, this, I don't like this, right? Because their body's telling them it's not right for them. But you working with them gives you the power to present yourself in a way that they're going to like being with you in this arena of making decisions. I teach this especially to realtors and a lot of people that have to take people through big decisions. Counselors, like this is a real big key.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite stories. I went to this wedding and I worked with this lady, the bride, for a long time, older. Her and her partner had been together 8 years. They finally got married. And this gal came from Canada. And Gail had been talking about me for a long time. And Maggie says, oh, I finally get to meet you. She's been talking about you forever. And she said, I've known this year was going to have a transformation. My life is going to be different this next year, but I wasn't sure what it is. She goes, I think it's time for me to work with you. So we met at my friend's house and she wore this, orange jumpsuit and black top. So we color typed her after I showed her this PowerPoint, and my friend Susan was there, brought out, she goes, well, let's put you in different clothes and take a picture so you can see what you look like before and after. And
that's crazy.
When I saw that, I said to her, okay, you want a real transformation? I'll throw in a haircut. She goes, okay, I'll do it. And I showed her some pictures and I said, this is one I think we should do. She goes, great, let's do it. So we did it. Susan had to put on this gold top and this gold jacket before we went shopping because she was starting a new job. And so when we found this tangerine dress, I showed her how she could take that gold jacket and mix and match her wardrobe. Heirs have so much fun with their clothes. They can mix and match and do everything. And she was so excited. Like there was such an internal transformation for her. And we found her a navy dress to wear to the wedding because she was reading a poem. And she had such a different personality the next day. She was happy. She was joyous. And she understood. She goes, no wonder I haven't gotten a boyfriend. I've been wearing all these crazy colors and nobody can connect with me. I get what you're talking about. It was so fun. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I moved up to a new area. The first lady I met was this lady. And I told her about, we went to lunch and I just shared what I did. And she talked about their business. And that night she contacted, she goes, my husband and I want you to do our colors because we want to look more powerful. We want to know how to dress. And so I did their colors and they could not believe how their business changed. Within 2 weeks, they started getting business and it was a dead time of year. And she goes, and she hated her wardrobe. She had one outfit in her wardrobe that was really in her palette. Well, no wonder she hated it, right? So when I started working with Susan, these girls came to an event and they had already been their colors done, but none of them came. She wouldn't let them on stage till we went shopping again. And then I gave them the right haircuts for the right outfits, right? And that was the first time I'd worked with Susan. But can you see the difference? This little African-American girl here, she went from making $0 to $16,000 the next month after she finished the course. Like, it changed her so much. She got it. Like, you really can.
Well, they look like teenagers in the first picture, and on the second picture, I'm like, well, where are the girls? These are polished young women.
Yeah.
And
and they're all trying to do business, right? It was fascinating. So fire, air, earth, and water. Can you see the difference in each of the elements? Yeah. So I'll just share a little bit about this. I don't know if I have the right slide on here for you guys, but when I work with a client, it's VIP. It's like a 4-month program, and I do all the shopping for you. I do all kinds of crazy things for you. I have this thing called the lookbook, and I have access to 60,000 stores online around the world. And I put together outfits for you and send you ideas. You can click on this little red jacket. It takes you right to the website, and you can buy it and have it shipped to you. Like, a lot of people don't want to go shopping, or they don't know what to add to. So the cool thing is they have an app on their website that you can upload, and you can put your pictures of things in your closet that you want me to help match. It's just the most fascinating thing in the world. And it's so much fun. So most of the time I do an element reveal package where I work with you, we color type you. And if you're virtual, I just send you a typing kit. We set up a date, but in between that, we do an essence alignment session. After we color type you, in that virtual, you will get these 4 little half fans that are of each of the colors, right?
I got my fan. I brought it with me.
Anyway, and then before you get your palette, because I hand make all of these color palettes, they take hours and hours. We want to make sure you're wearing the right colors, right? So this gets you started, that you can start auditing your closet, right? Before you get this. And it takes a few days to get this. This is my fire fan. And on the back, it shows you what each one is for. So it doesn't make it hard, right? We talk about, after you do this, we talk about your hairstyle, makeup consultation, and you guys, this is perfect for you. Lead them right into what you need, what they need from you, right? And then after you get done doing your closet, I have a session with you, and we go through that. And we see what outfits we can put together, what you have, what works and what doesn't. And I just have you set those things to the side until you can start replacing some of those items. We make a shopping list for you to go shopping out in public. And I start looking for you for some online virtual things so you can wear. We talk about shapewear, and then how to dress your body 101. And at the end of our time together, after 2 months, I want you to do a little fashion show with me and show me the 5 outfits you have for different elements and different seasons and different things you would do in your life. And the part that's really fun, you can text me anytime you want when you're out there shopping. And when you have any ideas or any things you want to know, we can get on Zoom or we can do FaceTime. I'm there for you 24/7, just about. Let me know before you go shopping, so I'm aware to watch my cell. But I'm there to help you get started. It is a big transition. You cannot, do your closet over in one night, right? It takes time. So that's the transformation you go through, little at a time. And that's what Myra's doing, is taking out, see what she has in these colors. And then, a lot of the other things she has, she loves, right? So she has to be ready to release those. I know she's going to be selling those and getting rid of a lot of those things because they're not going to serve her anyway. Right. And she's moving. So, this was the perfect time for you to do this.
Right. Yeah. And that is really, because those of you who know me, you know that I have a closet that is a clothing museum, and I have carefully curated it. And this has really helped me figure out, as I'm trying to let go of not only things that aren't going to be right for our next move weather-wise, but like what are the few things I should keep that are for different situations? What are the things I should keep that are formal things? What are the things that that still have tags on them from several years ago that have been buried in the back that I should just go ahead and let go of? This has really helped me be intentional about that already. And we haven't even gotten a chance to do all of the sessions yet for this package.
Yeah. So this package is $14.97. This is the one I usually sell to people. They either can have me work with them and do a VIP transformation, or this is the next step. But because Myra is so committed to you guys, and when I do group parties and group sessions, I do a special. So I am going to give this, see this, you can tell this is not working right on the screen. It's called the Virtual Element Reveal. And we do the same thing, only I don't do as much with you, but I'm still there to support you, and I help you get things right and know the right stores, and give, I'll send you some ideas that I have for you that I think would be the right stores for you to shop at in the right places. And, where are you going to find the right clothes for your element? It's not always easy. And every season they bring out new colors, and you have to go through and find out what colors are in your season that year.
Right.
Like it's teaching you how, when something new comes out in your palette, you want to buy several pieces that mix and match, right? So then when they don't have it anymore, you still can wear it with other things. Like it's just building this dream closet is what we're working on. So this for you guys is only $9.97. It's only $9.97. I only do this occasionally for special people, and Myra's one of those people.
Yay.
So I would love to work with you on that. And also, I am doing a retreat the end of October. And if you don't sign up before that and you want to do everything at one shot, you come a day before the event starts, and we take all those people that are new element clients, color type everybody in the morning, go to lunch, and we shop all afternoon. And then that evening, people meet us for dinner, and our welcome party starts. And we're together another 2.5 days. And I walk you through so many amazing things. That whole weekend for you is only $14.97. Everybody else is paying $9.97, and you have to be my element client or be invited by an element client to even come to my events. And this is the first one I'm opening up for you to invite your friends, right? So I'm encouraging Myra, if she's got any friends or whatever, right? And if you're an element client and you get 2 to 3 people coming, you have 3 people coming, you don't even pay the fee. I mean, you have to pay for your own room and your food, but it's really, and it's life-changing. I mean, it's fun shopping with you and working online together, but in person, I'm telling you, it'll transform your life. I've been known as the transformational specialist because you don't see what I see. I can grab things and have you try them on you wouldn't even touch in 100 years. And you put them on, you go, oh my God, I love this. So it's very fun, really, really fun to help you be your most authentic, beautiful self. You can stop that right now.
Okay.
So
you
Myra
have
has a link.
another slide. Did you say you had a QR code for the retreat?
I don't know if it's in this one.
There we go.
There you
All
go.
right. So this is for the virtual element reveal. Is this for the retreat or for the reveal?
No, this is $9.97, and you have to let me know if you're interested in the retreat.
Okay. So the retreat, they need to contact me or you in order to go to. Okay. And then did you have, let's see what your other slides are. Okay. And
well, I've got where I
intro course. Who is this? What is this?
Oh yeah, okay. you can stop. This is something else that I did.
Okay. Let's go back to the thing. Carrie, did you love this? Carrie. Do you see what I'm talking about? Isn't she amazing?
I love the before and afters. That was fun.
Right. And I was texting you that I think you're probably an heir. That's my guess.
That's so
you don't
funny.
know, because your facial features and your character trait and your natural gifts all align. You never know. Right. I mean, I was a winter for 25 years wearing black and jewel tones, and I was not happy. But when I embraced my essence, everything changed. I'll share one little story. Do I have time to tell one more story?
Sure. One story would be great.
So when I started embracing my essence and getting trained by the stylist, Susan, my friend, was doing an event, asked if I would come and help in the back of the room. And there was another stylist there that was the main stylist, and we all go shopping and we help each other. So I thought, sure, I'd love to come. So I'm shopping, I'm looking for something, and I found this beautiful Alfani top that looked like this color, this peach color, and then a duster that matched it. And it had a V-neck, and I thought, okay. And then I got out my little guidebook, and I thought, okay, what energy is that bringing? And it says, those are closest to your skin tone and allow others access to your heart with purity, conveying openness, deep connection, intimacy, trust, comfort, and safety. Well, I wanted people to feel comfortable and safe by me. So I thought, well, I'll try this out. So the next morning I'm setting up the table and my friend comes in. She goes, Patsy, you look luscious today. I said, I do? She said, yeah. I said, thank you.
Yes.
I wore the same outfit to a network event a few weeks later. And a lady I met one time, when she goes, Patsy, you look radiant tonight. I said, thank you. Neither time had I said a word.
Right.
Then I started understanding, oh, the energetics of color. Color's a silent influencer. We don't buy anything without considering the color. The car, bedspread, new furniture, paint your walls. Like, I don't think we always think about the power of color. Right. But what I've learned is the magic of color actually can help people be drawn to you.
Right.
I can't even tell you how many compliments I get. I go in the store and the lady goes, hey, you look nice today. Or this guy goes, hey, I like what you're wearing. I mean, everything in my closet, I wear 100% of everything in my closet. I do not buy it unless it's a 10. You know what I mean? Because I see your closet as an investment in your business. Because you should look good everywhere you go, because you don't know where that next client's coming from.
Right. Well, and I think that's really interesting. I was video chatting with Sarah Massey, who introduced us to each other the other day, and I was wearing a top that was in one of the pastel inviting colors, and her husband happened to come through the room we were sitting, and he said, oh, hi, you look lovely today. Are you in Hawaii? You look really radiant. And, he's a very kind man. And I'm almost as good of friends with him as I am with his wife. But it was interesting that the color of the top was projecting, it was bringing all of these things in alignment. So it wasn't
joy. Yeah,
or anything like that. It was the color that really made someone who who wouldn't necessarily be the person I'm trying to attract also feel invited and warm and all those other things. So wonderful. Okay, well, anything else to add? Carrie, do you have any questions as the newbie?
I'd love to answer some questions you might have if you have any.
I think it's all pretty self-explanatory. So what people that are interested just can use the code, right?
Absolutely. And then can you say your website for us, Patsy?
Okay, my website is embracingyouressence.com. Okay. And if you just wanted to have a chat before you sign up, there's a thing that says, let's connect. And, since you've already seen this, it's going to take you to a page and you can see some videos and stuff. And part of that is a presentation of this. So people need to know that this is way different than a seasonal color typing. This is really about who you are and being alignment from a soul level. Like how you're showing up in your gifts anyway. It's just fascinating how beautiful people are, and women especially. And we don't feel like it. The stupid industry out there is trying to tell us you're not thin enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't do enough, right? And it's just a lie. So my heart is to be able to really have you guys be so confident and rock stars when you walk out of your bedroom that you don't have to guess, and it will change your business. I'm telling you, it's changed my business dramatically.
Right. Well, I can see how it would change anybody's life to just be energetically aligned and to be presenting in their most authentic self, and just the quality of life that it can give. So that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Patsy. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you. I'm looking forward to the retreat, which I will be a guest speaker and be doing a makeup presentation at the retreat in October. So if you sign up and want to come and hang out with Patsy and I for the weekend at the end of October, girl, it's going to be a great time.
I just want you to remember your brand and your image are the heart of your business.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for watching this. I know it's been long, but it's been worth it. And I can't wait for the conversations that are going to happen about this. So we're going to end our recording.